Would you believe the Game 1 point spread of Lakers at Nuggets has climbed to Nuggets by 7.5 points? Whoa. Now, Paul, you said earlier in the show you think it should be as much as 12 points, but let me ask you this question. If you played for the Lakers, would you be offended by that point spread and take it personally?
I wouldn't be offended. I'd be shocked that it wasn't higher.
You would if you're on the
Lakers? They've lost to the Lakers 3 games by an average of 10 points. By an average of 10 points.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised that it's 7.5 now, especially you're going into Denver. They're well-rested. Game 1. I look for Denver to make a statement. These are the type of games where you don't want to give the Lakers no confidence, and they've shown that they can't play with you. They've shown that they can't go guard Joker. They've shown an inability to guard Murray. They've shown an inability to guard any of their players. So I don't see
Yet they played a whole bunch of close games.
Yeah, but I don't see what's close. What's close about a 10-point win, a 12-point win, and an 8-point win?
And where?
What's close?
In the regular season?
Yeah, what's so close about that?
Nobody care about the regular season. That's over with now. We talking about the postseason. The Western Conference Final, we saw them. We got swept last year.
Defending champs.
We got swept by them last year in the Western Conference Final.
Swept.
Okay, that's fine. But like Skip said, those games were close up until the last 6 to 4 minutes, whatever. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, we missed our shots. They hit their buckets, and they closed it out. Yep. It wasn't 10 plus. It was 7.5. We lost to them in the Western Conference Final by a margin of 7.5, not 10. So I ain't going to let you.
That's still a large margin.
I'm not going to let you try to just do us in like that, though.
So if they lost by an average of 7.5 last year in the playoffs, and then they come into this game 1 and it's 7.5, nothing's changing.
I'm fine.
Nothing changes.
You shouldn't be offended. We done lost 8 in a row.
Why Lakers should feel offended when y'all lost 8 in a row?
You shouldn't feel offended. You lost 8 in a row. Regular season, whatever. That's over with. You look to the postseason and what happened a year ago. How did we lose to them in the postseason? What is it that we did wrong in the postseason?
Good question.
How do we correct those issues to not have the same repeat performances that we had a year ago?
Well, while they're looking to correct your issues, Denver's looking on what can we do better to beat them by more.
That's fine.
I mean, you think they not...
That's fine, but we got to
know that the same recipe is not going to be...
What is it that they going to do that's better, though, Paul, than what they did last year when they beat us? See, they can't do nothing better. They already beat us. We the ones that got to correct our mistakes. What are they going to do? They're going to say, oh, we can clean up a few shots over here.
Y'all don't have a blueprint. Y'all don't have a blueprint on beating them.
Yeah, we do.
No, y'all don't.
Called correction.
No, y'all don't.
Called correction.
So when they go into their film room and they going into their walkthrough practice before the game, they got the blueprint. This is what we do.
So, Paul, the last time I saw these two teams play was out here on March the 2nd, not that long ago. And with 4 minutes left, LeBron put his head down and drove it to the rack and laid it in. And all of a sudden, I look up and, wait, the Lakers are up by 2 points with 4 minutes to go. Yeah. Denver won the game by 10. Okay, something goes wrong over the last 4 minutes. Somehow, some way, if you have the all-time leading scorer, a player that you think, many people think is the GOAT, and you have a top 5 player in Anthony Davis, you are better than that. You got to figure that one out because LeBron's got the highest IQ in basketball. He's got to coach. He's got to come up with a game plan to get the games home because you can play with them for 3.5 quarters. And then they just say, watch this because they are your daddy over the last
What is it that our coaches always tell us, Paul, when something doesn't go right? In the post-game meetings or the film room, they say, hey, look, if we clean this up right here, here's what could potentially happen. Here's what's going to happen. If now all of a sudden you close out on him this way, he doesn't make that shot here. If you pick and pop, we can do this on here. This is where they don't defend well on the pick and roll. Let's go back and look at this. That's what happens. You make the adjustments.
I don't see an adjustment that they can make. Like, I mean, how does Joker average 28, 13?
The adjustment is simple. Let Joker get his 28 and 13. Let's stop him from getting him 12 assists. That's the adjustment. That's the adjustment right there. I
feel like that could be the adjustment.
You know who their closer is? It's Jamal.
Yeah, let's get up on him.
Okay,
maybe at the end of the game, in the 4 minutes, we gonna put LeBron on him
You have
instead.
to. You have
Maybe
to.
that's the adjustment.
I just tell LeBron, you got to take him out.
And that may be the
all I need
adjustment.
is like 4 minutes from you.
And
Give me 4 minutes.
that may be the adjustment.
If I'm Darvin Ham, before they go out, I tell the team, you are 7.5-point dogs today. So it's probably the highest spread on the road they've had all year. I could be wrong about that, but LeBron's pretty healthy. He says he's the healthiest he's been. He's way healthier than last year. Huh? I think AD got over his stuff. I think he's going to be right. They had 5 days off.
You need, I'm telling you, on the road, in a hostile environment, you need a role player to step up. You know, if LeBron can give you what he can give you, what he normally does, if AD gives you somewhat of what he normally does, because he's going to have his work cut out for him on the defensive end, so it's hard to really produce. But if your role players, D'Angelo Russell, he's your X factor.
He got benched last year in the series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He seemed disinterested last year, actually, because LeBron wasn't looking for him. He was standing around a lot. But, you know, he gets the ball a little more where he could be put in pick-and-roll situations. Now, they are a different team this year with D'Angelo handling the ball a little more than normal that he did last year in the playoffs, with Austin Reeves getting opportunities to play pick-and-roll with LeBron off the ball. That is a difference that I see this year than last year. So if one of those guys can step up, and it could be either one. Rui, he's in that boat too. They need big games on any given night from the combination of those three.
I will tell you who loves the shooting background in Denver is a new guy on your team named Gabe Vincent, because in Game 2 of the finals last year at Denver, you used the word stole. The Heat stole one game. That was the only game they won in the finals, but it was because Gabe Vincent stepped up and scored, I think it was 21. It was 20-plus points, 21 points.
He made shots.
You say adjustments. You make the adjustment to LeBron in the last, 6 minutes of the game, I need you on Murray. You make the adjustment to say, we are now trusting Austin Reeves to take some shots late in the fourth quarter. Based on what you did in the Western Conference. That's an adjustment.
It is.
Okay, allowing D'Angelo to feel comfortable. That's an adjustment. Those things can happen. You're not going to have me down and out. I know your tricks. I know what you're trying to do.
7.5 is pretty big. It's a pretty big spread.
It might be.
I mean,
but it's not like we can't get full off that spread.
Vegas usually don't get these things wrong.
No, Vegas does.
No, they don't usually get these things wrong.
No, they get things wrong all the time.
It opens at like 6, and all of a sudden the betting public says, we want some of this and this and this, and they just bet it all the way up to 7.5.
Yeah, they don't usually get this
wrong. So the public is on the Nuggets. Yeah. They're on your
because they listen to people like him. Yeah. Listening to dudes that, all
right, we got to talk about this. What was Andre Drummond doing last night?
Dang.
He ran over Alex Caruso. What?
A freight train coming at you. Come on, man.